By the Shadows, a tale of love, betrayal, and legacy. Once, in the heart of an ancient land, there flourished a kingdom of breathtaking beauty and strength, the Kunama Empire. It stretched from the life-giving waters of Aswan to the golden shores of Mansa. Under the wise rule of King Bazen and his beloved Queen Kunama, the Kunama people thrived. Their lands were fertile, their rivers sang songs of prosperity, and their mountains guarded the dreams of their people. King Bazen was a ruler of unshakable courage and a heart that beat for his people. Beside him stood Queen Kunama, a woman of unparalleled wisdom and grace. Together, they symbolized a love and unity that were the envy of the world. But not all who watched their kingdom admired it. In the shadows, enemies plotted their downfall. The gift that betrayed. One day, as tensions with rival powers grew, an emissary arrived bearing what seemed to be an offering of peace. She was a maiden, fair as the moon, her beauty so radiant it seemed otherworldly. The emissary claimed she was a gift to honor the great King Bazen and secure a truce. The court whispered in awe of her beauty, and many expected King Bazen to take her as a second wife. But the king's heart was steadfast. His love for Queen Kunama was unshakable, and he would not betray her. Instead, he made the maiden his most trusted servant, assigning her duties in the royal household. Unbeknownst to him, the maiden was no peace offering. She was a blade cloaked in silk, sent to unravel the kingdom from within. A poisoned heart. The maiden worked with charm and obedience, quickly gaining the court's trust. But behind her smiles lay a dark plan. She watched, she listened, and she waited. Beneath the guise of loyalty, she prepared her betrayal, a poison, slow and deadly, meant for the king. One fateful night, as King Bazen shared a meal with his closest advisors, the poison found its mark. The once vibrant king, the heart of the Kunama Empire, fell silent. His strength faded as his people gathered in shock and grief. Queen Kunama's cries echoed through the palace halls as the weight of the betrayal crushed her spirit. But the maiden's treachery was far from over. The kingdom, leaderless and vulnerable, became prey for those who had long coveted its riches. The fall of Kunama. As the news of King Bazen's death spread, chaos descended upon the Kunama lands. Villages that once brimmed with life were reduced to ashes. The rivers that sang of prosperity now carried whispers of despair. The Axumites, rivals waiting in the wings, saw their opportunity. With cunning and force, the Axumites claimed the Kunama lands, building their empire on the ruins of what was once grand. Their kingdom rose, mighty and enduring, but forever tainted by the betrayal that paved its foundation. A legacy that endures. Though the Kunama kingdom fell, its spirit refused to die. The cries of its people, the love of its queen, and the courage of its king became legend. From Aswan to Mansa, storytellers kept their memory alive, reminding the world of a kingdom betrayed but never forgotten. And even as the Axumite kingdom grew, its foundations bore the weight of its origins, a legacy of betrayal, ambition, and the unyielding resilience of a people who dared to dream. So, as the winds carry the whispers of the past, the Kunama story endures. It is a tale of love and loss, strength and betrayal, but most of all, a promise. Betrayed, but not forgotten. Thank you for listening to our audio video in continuous hidden history of Eritrea and East Africa. Before we bring any history or documentary, we do extensive research to make sure we don't sway the story but try to bring as much we can of the fact. We will continue to bring you more history, but it will greatly help us to subscribe our channel, and the more you hit the like button the more we can be seen by the algorithm. Until next story, please don't stop to learn the truth. Also, we have more information on this in the description below with links and details. Enjoy.
Long before the whispers of despair, the Kunama reigned in a land so fair. From Aswan's grace to Mansa's shore, their empire flourished, its spirit soared. Under King Bazen's rule they stood tall, with Queen Kunama's wisdom they had it all. A kingdom of rivers, mountains and dreams, but shadows crept in, tearing the seams. Oh, betrayed by the shadows in the night, poisoned by trust they dimmed the light. King Bazen stood with a heart so pure, fell to esteem he couldn't endure. The flames rose high, the villages burned, a legacy stolen, the tables turned. Oh, Kunama cries, echoes through the sky, betrayed by the ones they let inside. When Bazen's army held strong at their ground, the Kunama sought peace before it was too late. They betrayer offered a girl, fair as the moon, a gift to the king, their fate to attune. But Bazen's heart was bound to his queen, Kunama's love dream. He made the girl his top maiden instead. Yet within her heart, betrayal was bred. Oh, betrayed by the shadows in the night, poisoned by trust, they dimmed the light. King Bazen stood with a heart so pure, fell to a scheme he couldn't endure. The flames rose high, the villages burned, a legacy stolen, the tables turned. Oh, Kunama cries, echoes through the sky, betrayed by the ones they let inside. The maiden served with grace and charm, hiding the dagger that would bring harm. She waited her moment, the poison prepared, a heartless betrayal and a throne once shared. From Aswan's waters to Massawa's breeze, the Kunama thrived in lands of ease. The greed and schemes, a kingdom's bane, turned peace to ash and love to pain. Betrayed by the shadows in the night, poisoned by trust, they dimmed the light. King Bazen stood with a heart so pure, fell to a scheme he couldn't endure. The flames rose high, the villages burned, a legacy stolen, the tables turned. Oh, Kunama cries, echoes through the sky, betrayed by the ones they let inside. The poison took hold and the king fell still, a throne once vibrant, now cold and ill. The maiden's laughter echoed in the air as Queen Kunama wept in despair. With the king's fall, the kingdom did fade, a mighty empire in shadows betrayed. The Axumites watched the storm they embraced, for in the ruins their kingdom would be placed. Oh, betrayed by the shadows in the night, poisoned by trust, they dimmed the light. King Bazen stood with a heart so pure, fell to a scheme he couldn't endure. The flames rose high, the villages burned, a legacy stolen, the tables turned. Oh, Kunama cries, echoes through the sky, betrayed by the ones they let inside. The Kunama's empire, a vision so bright, from Aswan to Massawa it once held the light. Though betrayal shattered their sacred bond, their spirit lives forever strong. From all the betrayal a kingdom was born, the Axumite dawn in shadows adorned, built on the ruins of what? The poison took hold, and the king fell still. A throne once vibrant, now cold and ill. The maiden's laughter echoed in the air as Queen Kunama wept in despair. With the king's fall, the kingdom did fade, a mighty empire in shadows adorned, built on the ruins of what, oh.